Hello and welcome back to the King's College Junior School Sport Podcast. Here we are, first things first. We're coming to the end of our first week of Movember. For any of the listeners from last week, we'd obviously started a great cause and we explained that. But the update for anybody who hasn't been on school site yet is this. Mr. McCausland running out in front. Just an incredible growth already. By day 7, we're recording on Wednesday. I'd like to put myself in silver medal. Mr. Locker, definitely in the relegation zone. Mr. Moore, although age isn't on his side, coming in at 19 years old. But I'm McCluskey, this is McCausland. McCausland the moustache, over to you.
Hi there, guys. A generous Mogress report there, Mr. McCluskey.
Mogress, love that.
I'm certainly looking forward to the first crumb of the month. Getting stuck in there somewhere. It hasn't happened yet, but no doubt it's on its way. Mr. Brady, you didn't mention as well. He's looking strong, and some of the boys have certainly mentioned his name when talking about the leader.
Yeah, Mr. Brady looking good, actually, isn't he? Looking sharp. I see that he's actually cultivated something under his bottom lip as well, reminiscent of some kind of 90s surfer. It's incredible to see. But also, I mean, one we've got to mention, Mr. Hivkis was going to be an early top runner, but just not coming through. We're not seeing anything coming through on that top lip of his. Bit concerned. Who do you think is going to be the first member of staff who leans for the makeup? Who's just going to reach in and go, do you know what? I'm putting the white flag up here. I'm going to have to colour this in.
Yeah, the mascara draw closely guarded during the month of November for those fair-haired partners. Just on that note, I was surprised actually at the colour of Mr. McCluskey and Mr. Cheers. Surprisingly dark, almost to the point that I'm concerned that they've already been in there.
No, I've been really chuffed to bits. I'm glad you brought this up, actually. I'm really, really pleased with the colour of mine at the moment. Obviously, there was a little bit of concern with my father being fully red hair on top. I thought, here we go, it's going to be a great big ginger moustache. But it's looking dark enough at the moment. I'm going to take that. Mr. Cheers as well, pretty pleased. He's not here at the moment to give it a big fist pump, but we're happy over in the junior school PE office. So you stay out of it, all right?
Mr. Brady's got a bit of salt coming through in there as well. So
yeah, a little bit of salt, showing his senior years of experience. Indeed. But there's the update on Movember, and we just want to say a genuine thanks to all those people who have taken time out to donate to the cause. We've had some incredibly generous donations. The emails have been flying in. We're obviously running for the whole of the month, so please click on the link, and if you could spare any pounds, we'd be most grateful for that. But the whole purpose of the podcast this week, we have our very own marathon man, our very own running man, new member of the department this year, our junior school assistant based in the PE office, Mr. Corcoran. Just a tremendous athlete, a tremendous all-round runner, and with house cross country on the horizon, starting up next week and running over the next couple of weeks, we thought it best to get him in to discuss his running, his passion for running, and hopefully to inspire the boys who are listening to this podcast over the next few weeks. Mr. Corcoran, over to you. Your love of running, where does it come from?
Well, first of all, guys, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Yeah, of course. Naturally, I love that.
So, my running dates back to my school days. As with a lot of the boys, I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to take part in cross-country from a young age. When I was in primary school, we had the borough cross-country fixtures. I took part in county events, and they were all run through the school sports partnership. Brilliant way to get me into running and begin my love for the sport. So cross country, always been a great event. The kids love it. It's a brilliant way to get fit. Anyone can take part. It can be done almost anywhere, parks. Anyone can do it. It's really good. And that's what really began my career. Carried on through to the track, which a lot of people can get involved in. And now I'm onto the roads and looking to pursue a career in the marathon.
Fantastic. The marathon man himself, and that's a hell of a distance.
You've always had those long levers, I suppose, from a young age. Have you always been tall for your age?
Yeah. So, no. I mean, when I was in my early years of primary school, wasn't that tall for my age. And then I think around 14, 15, shot up. That helped me somewhat. But, I mean, for cross-country, I don't think height's an issue. This is a sport where anyone can take part. some of the smaller boys taller. As long as they've got a good engine, which is something that they can work on in all their other sports, rugby, football, etc., then it's going to help them. And the more they do it, the more they get involved in it. It's a kind of sport that you grow to love as you get better. And I think that's where our boys can really excel.
Yeah, and just looking down your CV actually of events you've taken part in since you've been at the school, the short time you've been here, you've run in the Bristol Half Marathon, you've run in the Twickenham, the Cabbage Patch 10 miler. On the horizon, you're off to Barcelona to run in. Is that a half marathon there?
Yeah, so that'll be a half marathon I'm doing in February. Very, very excited for that. Made my debut at Bristol Half Marathon in September, which was a success. I came 12th, so I was very happy with that.
Out of how many in that field?
So I think there are about 12,000 in that field.
That's to come 12 out of 11, 12 out of me. That is absolutely staggering. I came 36th out of about 80 once in a house cross country. Might have got a pat off the back of my mum, I think. I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, no. So I mean, I was pleased with that. It was a great way for me to start. But I mean, as I said, going back to the cross country, the roads are a brilliant way to look forward to the future. But that's where it all begins for me. I mean, cross country was something I still love doing today whenever I get the chance for my local club. And it's really helped me excel to the level I'm competing at today.
Yeah, fantastic. And I mean, genuinely competing. We're talking about elite level sport here. You've got the London Marathon in April, training towards that, so building up towards a longer distance.
Yeah, so the normal progression is you start at the shorter distances. So a lot of our boys, I would encourage them to, alongside cross country, if they are interested in athletics and pursuing the sport, then going down to their local track. There's a lot of opportunities, I know, with some of the local running clubs where they can go to a Tuesday, Thursday night track session, maybe start off just in the sprints or some middle distance events, and gradually, as they build and grow and get stronger, then they can move up, if they're enjoying their long distance running, to maybe some 5Ks, local park runs, 10Ks. And now that I'm getting a little bit older, not too old.
Yeah, I'm certainly the youngest man in the room right now. Certainly.
Then moving up to the longer distances, and for me that'll be making my debut in the London Marathon Naples. So I'm very excited about that.
Brilliant. And as a school, we're going to get right behind you on that. Very exciting times.
Do you mind us asking what your time was for the half marathon?
So in Bristol, I ran 72 minutes.
So that's 72 minutes. I know that most people who run for fun, and it's not all about elite level. We're all we've made that clear, but just digest that 72 minutes.
It's exactly 40 minutes short of my time at a similar age. So
is that right? Yeah.
I wasn't in the best of health, but
72 minutes. And looking marathon, genuinely, what are you looking for? London Marathon.
A realistic target for me for April would be anywhere around the 2:30 mark. So if I could dip under 2:30, I'd be delighted for a debut. And then looking over perhaps another decade of that kind of distance to bring it down as much as I can. And that's what I love about running. Everyone's got their goals and their ambitions. It doesn't matter whether you're a 40-minute 5K runner or a 15-minute 5K runner. You can set yourself those goals and work towards them. And I think that's probably going to be brilliant for some of the boys getting involved here at King's, because they can set out their targets, focus on themselves, and it's really you against the clock or you against whoever you want to face. So that's what's great about the sport. Very pure.
Yeah, it is very pure. Purest sense of running, really. And in our house cross country, every boy scores. So if they set themselves a target of just a position, really something realistic that they know year on year, and to try and get a personal best of a position, that's what we're after. Mr. McCausland.
Yep, you're quite an accomplished long distance runner. I'm assuming that doesn't transfer across into the podcast listening realm. You've just said before we've kicked off here, it's audio only, right? Which not only indicates that you're not really sure what a podcast is, but may also have just given away that you haven't listened to a lot of our podcasts.
Yeah, it hasn't been the biggest supporter. You've put your hand up, Mr. Corcoran, but we'll soon sort that out, hopefully. Just going back, actually, and this is going to feel like we're really getting stuck into you. Mr. McCausland mentioned your legs, long legs. You've got long levers. You're a tall man. There's something missing, actually, and it's the month of November. Those legs look a little bit hirsute. Am I right? Is this something that makes you a bit faster?
It's something I must confess. The legs, they are they're not the hairiest, if any at all. This is down more to sort of the milliseconds, the aerodynamics, and I do keep on top of. I get a lot of treatment. I know you guys will ban me for it, but when you're on the massage couch once a week, physio bed, it's easier for them to get into those muscles when there's a bit less hair. So I try and keep on top of that.
Okay, so if I've lost a yard of pace Saturday afternoon when I'll be playing rugby, it's got to be down to the tash, hasn't it? Almost certainly.
All about the micro gains in elite sports, Mr. McCluskey. Perhaps that's why we're sitting where we are.
Yeah, perhaps that is. We're not detailed guys when it comes down to it. But no, brilliant. Really looking forward to hearing how you go in your races. Can't wait to see the boys compete. Mr. McCausland, ahead of Windsor. Here he is. Windsor's chances fired up.
Oh, the boys are get up. We're a strong chance. I think we finished second last year, so looking to repeat or improve at least on that.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. We're going to be out there. We're looking forward to seeing lots of support from the parents. We're getting the boys revved up for it. Every boy counts. It's a great house event. Every boy's going to score for their house. Every boy's going to give it their all, and that's all we're after. There will be somebody who comes first, and that is just a fact. But if you came 56th last year and this year you come in the 40s, you've improved, and that's what giving your maximum effort is all about. Final words on house cross country, Mr. McCausland?
If you're in a yellow shirt, run hard.
Yeah, obviously I have to be neutral at these kind of things. I am assigned to Windsor, but yeah, if you are in a yellow shirt, you better give it everything. I tell you, come on, boys. I just want to finish by saying we've had a great start to the half term. There's fixtures aplenty, but Mr. McCausland, any reason why your 12B rugby team and your 10D football team won't play my teams in practice? We like to have a little competitive game from time to time. You seem to be shirking it. You going to come honest about this?
No real answer other than no. I've just lost it.
This is unbelievable. One of the things we like to do in a game session is sometimes pit the A's against the B's or the D's against the E's. Make sure we know we've got the teams right. Make sure we've got boys trying for positions in higher squads. But at the moment, McCausland running scared from McCluskey.
I'm just trying to build a bit of confidence as a B side coach. I'd rather play the C's and from the D's the E's. Likewise.
Yeah, all right. I'm not believing it. I don't think the listeners are. But we just want to thank Mr. Corcoran for coming in. It's been great to talk about all things running. Like I say, look forward to seeing lots of you out there over the next couple of weeks. Goodbye from me.
Good luck.
And a good luck from Mr. McCausland. We shall speak to you all soon. Thanks very much.